I'm just enjoying a nice cold glass of water. Some shit that some girls are in desperate need of. Okay, so I was cruising down on Facebook the other. Wait, stop. What? Are you gonna start every video off with a story about Facebook? Probably not. Alright, carry on. You know what, actually, I'm not even gonna start with a story for Facebook just yet, because there's so many stories to tell about the thirstiness on Facebook. I can't even pick one. Okay, so first, I'm gonna explain how we even learn what the word thirst even means. Okay, so we're gonna go back in time a little bit, a couple months ago, and a friend of mine, he was talking to some of his female friends, and he kept on saying there was this one girl, I forgot her name. He kept saying this one girl was thirsty. At first, I was confused. I was like, what, did this bitch need some Mountain Dew or some shit? I was like, I didn't understand. He kept saying thirsty. So, I mean, the context he was using it, I use context clues, and clearly, he wasn't saying that she needed some water to drink. So I asked him, I was like, what does that mean? You keep saying thirsty. What do you mean by that? So he said, well, thirsty is, when you're desperately trying to seek out the attention of other people. And, like, when he told me that, it's like, it's like I was Neo from the Matrix, and I could like see the code and how everything worked. It's like my eyes were open, like this was Plato's cave, and I was stepping out of the cave into the light. It was ridiculous. I was like, thirsty bitch, super thirsty bitch, and thirsty bitch. It was ridiculous. I could just see everything then, So, like I just said, there are so many stories on Facebook that I can pull. And so, let's get into it. Let's talk about these thirsty bitches for a second. Okay, so before we start talking about thirstiness on Facebook, let's talk about that shit in reality, okay? Because like I said, I can see the code in the Matrix. I've seen this shit happen, right? It's crazy. I remember one time, it was like one of the funniest things I've seen in my entire life. Okay, so I'm sitting down there, I'm talking to my friend, right? And the girl, they liked each other, supposedly, our relationship there. But they're next to each other, right? And this girl, she was eating like a chicken salad or something like that. And the way my friend was sitting, like his foot was like on his thigh, right? His foot was on his thigh, and the girl, he wasn't talking to her for like since he sat down, he didn't say anything to her, right? So she takes the fork and she puts it on his foot and just looks at him. And I'm like, this is the thirsty sign. And like whenever we see someone thirsty, we're like, I was like. She was in desperate need of some water because that shit was ridiculous. Okay, here's another one. Same girl. I remember one time, my friend, for some odd reason, I don't remember why, but he wasn't really talking to her for a little while. He pretty much left her alone, right? And apparently that bothered her a little bit, right? So I remember one time, like she got up, purposely like walked by each other. And she walked by him. She sat down with her friends. She's like, well, he just walked right past me, and I was like. Look, I know I keep laughing, but sometimes this stuff is ridiculous. So let's talk about Facebook. This is really this is probably the reason why I decided to make this video, okay? Because there's this one girl. I added her on my friends on Facebook. She's really pretty girl, and she posts lots of Facebook statuses, and she gets lots of likes on her Facebook statuses. She has lots of friends on Facebook. Now this is the recipe for a whole bunch of thirsty shit to happen. Okay? So, like I said, I'm cruising out on Facebook. Like, she posts lots of Facebook statuses, so, it's in circulation. I see lots of stuff. And I see she gets lots of likes. She posts lots of pictures of herself, on Facebook. Lots of pictures of her ass. I remember she has, like, a twerking video on her wall, too. That has a couple likes on there, too. A couple hundred likes, you know what I'm saying? She'll get lots of likes on Facebook. And apparently, based on just what she said, she gets lots of messages, from guys too, right? Now, we're gonna put all this together. And you're gonna see why I get so confused about this topic. So like I said, she makes lots of Facebook statuses. Some of those Facebook statuses that she makes are about how terrible her relationships with guys are, And so I remember one day she posted a Facebook status and she's like. Man, like, I'm really sick and tired of guys always messaging me and telling me that they're the one, and that they're good for me and everything, and that they're a good guy, they can prove me wrong. And I'm like, get that shit out of here. Okay, here's the reason why I say that, okay? That's like me going to McDonald's, ordering a Big Mac with extra cheese, then getting upset because I have a Big Mac with motherfucking extra cheese. No. I got a better one. Go ahead, Zarias. That's like me getting 2 pieces of bread, getting some peanut butter, getting some jelly, putting some jelly on one side of the bread, putting some peanut butter on the other slice of bread, putting that bit together, and then getting upset when I got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That analogy wholeheartedly describes how I feel about this. You have the recipe to attract thirsty niggas. Common sense should tell you, if I'm posting pictures of my ass, if I'm making Facebook statuses about how no guy can be with me, or how I'm single, how I want guys to be with me, how do you get upset when some nigga sends you a Facebook message about how he wants to be with me? Seriously, get that shit out of here. I was like, where's the confusion? At least, that's what I thought at first. But then Zariah said something to me, and it was pretty interesting. What if they do that shit on purpose? And I was like, What we have accurately described here is called a thirst trap. Zariah, go ahead and enlighten me. Thirst trap. Now, any statement or picture used to intentionally create attention or thirst. Example, woman on Twitter, who wants to come over and put me to sleep. It was actually through these thirst traps that I began to realize something. And it's an analogy I came up with. It's like one man's thirstiness and another person's water. Think about it for a second. Just in case some of you guys don't understand that, here's a little diagram to help you guys figure that out. Water equals attention. Thirstiness equals desperately seeking attention or water. If that is the case, then the one desperately seeking attention must in turn make an effort to attract the attention. Because one attempting to attract the attention is then making effort to gain it by forcing others to look at them, then they are in turn giving these other individuals attention, or water. Water equals attention. One person's thirst, another person's water. This is a concept that a friend of mine likes to call the cycle of thirstiness. You see, so many women on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram ingeniously use this strategy to make themselves appear less thirsty. By using these thirst traps, they attract men who are equally or even more so thirsty than they are. Because they make so many thirsty, desperately seeking attention comments that the ridiculousness of the comments that they make makes their thirstiness outweigh the thirstiness of the female who originally posted up the video, picture, or status. They use this strategy to make themselves appear less thirsty and less insecure, when really, if you think about it, quite the opposite effect is ensued. It's ingenious. You know, although we laugh and joke and play around when it comes to thirsty girls and thirsty guys, I'm really starting to think that this thirsty attitude is beginning to help with the deterioration of the female archetype. And that's definitely something we're going to get into in a later video that I'm going to make. You know, and it's definitely an interesting topic. We're going to look into how the female has been defiled through our society. You know, and how some women even, you know, help perpetuate that disrespectful look. You know, so like I said, we're gonna look at that in a later video. You know, but I want to thank you for, you know, spending time checking out this video. You know, I hope you guys laughed a little bit and, you know, learned some new stuff. And you know, check back later, subscribe. You know, like I said, some more good stuff is coming later in this film series I'm working on. So like I said, thank you for stopping by. Laters.